Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Teku Keren, as always. Today is what? It's Wednesday, August 9, 2023. Uh, Today we are going to continue what we started yesterday. We were talking about a lot of issues yesterday, and the whole idea of gay rights and other things, came up. So we said we are going to dig deeper and talk about some of the important things that you need to know when it comes to Liberia and Liberian involving in this whole gay activities and gay right. So we dig deeper. We have some information to share with you. And some of you already know, some of you may not know, but we will make sure we give you information that you needed to know exactly what is going on. But with that said, let me recognize some of you that have just joined us in the last 1 or 2 minutes. We start with Ruth Robert Kwangba. I know you did not only join, but you share with other friends, and you are inviting other people. We appreciate that. And Rosalind Dix, welcome to SKTV. And Bintability, welcome to SKTV. Regina Wilson, welcome to SKTV. Mervyn Dixhill, welcome to SKTV. Conrad Yinkan, welcome to SKTV, the stakeholder from all the way New Jersey. Linda, welcome to SKTV. Tawe, welcome to SKTV. Vanning Vafole, welcome to SKTV. Lucretia Gibson, welcome to SKTV. And Peter Atto, welcome to SKTV. Jusu Tijani, welcome to SKTV. Esther Clark Fredericks, welcome to SKTV. We want to encourage all of you to go ahead and share the show. Brother Stewart, welcome to SKTV. Today, it will be a very interesting conversation. Yesterday we said we're going to go all out. We may not do all today. We will do some today. We told you that the Liberian government went and participated in a summit called Democracy Summit, which was organized by the United States and was co-hosted by several other nations, including Zambia, where it was held. We have a lot of information. We have a video of Liberian Foreign Minister, Minister Kamayan, speaking at the program. And we'll also read to you a portion of the communiques that was signed by the participating nations, including some African nations. We'll also inform you about how many nations attended, how many nations signed the communique in its entirety, and how many nations signed it and at least had some reservation about some of the line that has to do with gay right. That summit was basically centered around human rights, election proceeding election process, peaceful election, free and fair and transparent election, and government allowing everybody participation. It will amuse you to listen to Liberian foreign minister saying things that are completely opposite of what is actually transpiring in Liberia. We're going to start with that, with the video, to first of all establish that yes, indeed, Liberia was there and Liberia participated, and Liberia Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Kimayan, was there, and he was not just there alone, he was there with other Liberians. We have photo of all of them. So we have other stuff to talk about. But we'll play the audio, the video, so you listen to it. Then we'll take it from there. All right? We're not going to play music today. That will serve as a music for today. Let's do that right away. You listen to Liberia Minister of Foreign Affairs, so that way we can take it from right there. But yes, indeed, some of you joined us right when we started talking. Yeah, Mabi, welcome to SKTV. Yes, sir. Over Washington, welcome to SKTV. John Hina, welcome to SKTV. And Otello Dillon, welcome to SKTV. And Cara Flomo, welcome to SKTV. Sarah Snather, welcome to SKTV. So let me do this right away. You start listening to this video, so you will know exactly what we're talking about. They were denying yesterday. They said, in fact, it never happened. They said Liberia never participated in any meeting or any summit where they signed the gay right for Liberia. So we'll play the video where you see Liberia minister there speaking or presenting the case for Liberia. Then we can take it from there. The people, they don't inform, they don't do research. They just come and deny, insult, disrespect, and distract people without doing their due diligence. But listen to this. Listen to this real quick.
We now invite Liberia to the podium for their country's presentation.
Excellencies, colleagues, and heads of delegations, esteemed delegates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm greetings and felicitations from His Excellency Dr. George Manawiya, President of the Republic of Liberia, and the government and people of Liberia, and in my own name, and congratulate the Excellency Presidents and governments and peoples of the United States of America, the Republics of Zambia, Korea, Costa Rica, and the Netherlands for co-hosting this second summit for democracy under the theme, free, fair, and transparent elections as it relates to the ministerial level component. Let me also thank His Excellency, the President and government and people of the Republic of Zambia for the warm hospitality and excellent facilities being put at the disposal of my delegation and me since our arrival in this historic and beautiful city of Lusaka. Relating to democratic governance in Africa, Liberia continues to pursue the irreversible path of transparency, accountability, and good governance based on respect for human rights and the rule of law. Liberia is fast becoming a stronghold of peace and safe haven for liberal democracy. We have taken concrete and practical steps in the last few years to build and strengthen our democratic and integrity institutions such as the judiciary, media, civil society, and the electoral management body. Liberia continues to record significant gains under the astute leadership of His Excellency President Dr. Weah towards strengthening our democracy and defending it against authoritarianism. We are relentlessly committed to continue consolidating and deepening the fight against corruption and dismantling the culture of impunity, strengthening the capacity of the integrity institutions and the electoral systems, promoting political freedom and fundamental human rights through relevant legislative reforms and robust, impartial adherence to both domestic and international laws and best practices. Permit me to share with you few of the key achievements and laudable concrete actions taken by our government in the last few years to consolidate democracy in Liberia. The government of Liberia's recent amendment of the 2008 Act creating the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, granting the entity unrestricted, direct, and immediate prosecutorial powers to intensify the fight against systemic corruption, money laundering, financing international.
I'm sorry, I was muted for a second. I stopped the video because I'm going to bring Mabel on in the radio so the Liberian people can listen. Yesterday, they were arguing. They said it was a lie that Liberia did not participate in any summit wherein they signed the gay right on behalf of Liberia and the Liberian people. We promise you that we will bring you detailed information. And this is not just audio. This is a video that you are listening to. And we'll read some part of the communique to you that is signed on behalf of Liberia. We told you at SKTV, any information we gave you, we will make sure we give you proof so you can understand exactly where we are coming from. So, Mabel?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay though. I'm doing good.
You sound like your mouth is already full without even saying anything.
Yeah, seriously, we were watching, or in fact, I was watching the video and the people were listening to the audio. So it was just so interesting. But I haven't yet. These are things, that are just so inspiring.
Yeah, these are things that makes SKTV different.
Indeed.
We have the communicate. We have pictures. We have video. The communique that they signed. We will read to the Liberian people how many countries attended the summit in Lusaka, Zambia. This happened as a matter of fact, it lasted for 2 days. It was organized under the auspices of the United States, and it was co-hosted by other countries, including Zambia. That's why, as a matter of fact, this video that I just showed you, other countries, representatives, through foreign ministers or other government leaders, spoke on behalf of their country. But we try to streamline it just to play for Liberia so that Liberian people can understand that yes, indeed, our people were there and they participated and they signed, they communicate that came from there. It looks like you were listening, but I'm not sure if Labrador people ever were listening. On the people on the radio were listening. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back a little bit so that they can listen to their minister. This guy has been lying about a lot of things, about conditions of Liberian people. He's talking about how media, how they have improved the media freedom of speech when they are closing down media institutions. They talk in this video. He talked about how they don't have, they do not have political prisoner when we know they have a lot of political death. So we know they are harassing the Liberians. So when you go to the war, when you go to other countries, thinking that nobody is listening, thinking that nobody is watching, because CNN does not carry it, because does not carry it, because MSNBC does not carry it, or BBC does not carry it live. So they think they will just go and lie to the war leaders. I mean, this summit had about 76 countries. 76 countries. And in there, we have only about 8 African countries. 8. And out of the 8 countries, there were 3 countries, including where it was held. They signed up for the communicate because the communicate had about 17 counts. And the 17 counts, which includes the gate right, the number 8 of the 17 counts, all 3 countries decided to say they will sign the communicate, but they have some reservation. They have reservation about the area that talk about gay right, because they have problem with that. Out of the 8 country, African country, the 3, they signed it, but they have reservation, or they kind of disassociated themselves from the gay right thing. The country then that signed the 8 count and they communicate in full with no reservation included Liberia. But we're going to play this video again so that Liberian people can listen to it. Then this guy was saying that we lie, so that, they can actually listen to their, their minister. Okay, so watch this. This guy who's speaking from different country before Liberal minister. Listen.
And Zoro, Minister in charge of good governance and fight against corruption. My declaration will be a general declaration on democracy.
This guy from Africa.
On behalf of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire and its president, I have the honor to extend my sincere greetings and express our support to the declaration of the Summit for Democracy. We believe that promoting democracy and good governance is essential to ensure peace, stability, and sustainable development in our societies. Therefore, we are committed to working with various partners from international community to strengthen democracy, human rights, the rule of law, and the fight against corruption. Under the enlightened leadership of His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, Côte d'Ivoire has undertaken significant reforms in these areas. We adopted a new constitution in 2016, which enhances the protection of human rights, freedom of press, and the independence of the judiciary. We also established mechanisms to combat corruption and increase transparency in public affairs management. However, we know that much remains to be done. We recognize that the fight against corruption is a long-term battle that requires enhanced international cooperation and sustained efforts from all stakeholders. We are determined to continue our effort in this direction and to work with our partners to strengthen transparency and accountability in democracy management. I also want to acknowledge the fruitful cooperation between Côte d'Ivoire and the United States, particularly through the Millennium Challenge Corporation. We are grateful for their continued engagement in the fight against corruption and for economic and social development. We will work closely together to strengthen the transparency and integrity of our governance while protecting human rights and promoting democracy. I would like to express my deep appreciation of His Excellency President Ishilema for his outstanding efforts in organizing the Summit for Democracy and his exceptional leadership and vision in promoting democracy and good governance. The success of this event has been a testimony to his commitment and dedication, and we are grateful for his continued support in building a more just, equitable, and peaceful society. In conclusion, allow me to reaffirm our commitment to promoting democracy, good governance, human rights, and the fight against corruption. We believe that the declaration of the Summit for the Democracy is an important step in this direction, and we are proud to support it. We are also convinced that our enhanced collaboration will contribute to build a more just, equitable, and peaceful world, not only for ourselves, but mainly for the future generation. Thank you.
We now invite Liberia to the podium for their country's presentation.
So, Liberia Minister of Information of Foreign Affairs coming now, Minister Kamaya. So you are listening to him.
Excellencies, colleagues, and heads of delegations, esteemed delegates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm greetings and felicitations from His Excellency Dr. George Manawiya, President of the Republic of Liberia, and the government and people of Liberia, and in my own name, and congratulate the Excellency Presidents and governments and peoples of the United States of America, the republics of Zambia, Korea, Costa Rica, and the Netherlands for co-hosting this second summit for democracy under the theme Free, Fair, and Transparent Elections as it relates to the ministerial level component. Let me also thank His Excellency, the President and government and people of the Republic of Zambia for the warm hospitality and excellent facilities being put at the disposal of my delegation and me since our arrival in this historic and beautiful city of Lusaka. Relating to democratic governance in Africa, Liberia continues to pursue the irreversible path of transparency, accountability, and good governance based on respect for human rights and the rule of law. Liberia is fast becoming a stronghold of peace and safe haven for liberal democracy. We have taken concrete and practical steps in the last few years to build and strengthen our democratic and integrity institutions such as the judiciary, media, civil society, and the electoral management body. Liberia continues to record significant gains under the astute leadership of His Excellency President Dr. Weah towards strengthening our democracy and defending it against authoritarianism. We are relentlessly committed to continue consolidating and deepening the fight against corruption and dismantling the culture of impunity, strengthening the capacity of integrity institutions and the electoral systems, promoting political freedom and fundamental human rights through relevant legislative reforms and robust, impartial adherence to both domestic and international laws and best practices. Permit me to share with you few of the key achievements and laudable concrete actions taken by our government in the last few years to consolidate democracy in Liberia. The government of Liberia's recent amendment of the 2008 Act creating the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, granting the entity unrestricted, direct, and immediate prosecutorial powers to intensify the fight against systemic corruption, money laundering, financing international terrorism, and other abuses. The repeated and consistent expressions of unwavering commitment and assurance by His Excellency President Dr. Weah to ensure the conduct of a free, fair, transparent, peaceful, inclusive, and credible fourth presidential and legislative elections on October 10th of this year. His Excellency President Dr. Weah issued on Tuesday, March 14, 2023, Executive Order number 117, mandating all appointed officials of the government of Liberia desirous of contesting elective positions in the pending October 10, 2023 presidential and legislative elections to resign their current positions on or before April 7, 2023. The call for resignation is intended to disassociate the fiduciary duty of trust, integrity, and loyalty expected to be owed by appointed public officials to the people of Liberia from their personal desires to contest elections with the aim to safeguard against such desires being at the expense of public resources, as well as to create a level playing political field to prevent unfair and undue advantages. With the unreserved and strong support of His Excellency President Dr. Weah, the National Elections Commission launched the first ever biometric voter registration and biometric voting system in March of this year. This is the first in our history aimed at improving the electoral process, modernizing electoral rules, and ensuring voter equality based on the principle of one voter, one vote. The holding of democratic, free, fair, peaceful, transparent, inclusive, and credible elections cannot be possible without an exhaustive, credible, and reliable electoral system to conduct it. The modernization of the electoral roll is the prerequisite to this realization. In his continued efforts to sustain, protect, and promote the independence of integrity institutions, His Excellency President Dr. Weah, on Tuesday, March 14, 2023, vetoed several and specific portions of recent amendments to the new elections law of Liberia passed by the National Legislature on February 24, 2022, which appeared to be in conflict with the Constitution of Liberia and other existing laws. Political party leaders will sign a peace and nonviolence pledge in April this year as a demonstration of the commitment of political party leaders, their political parties, and partisans to a peaceful electoral process. Especially so as this year marks 20 years of sustained peace since the signing of the Accra Comprehensive Peace Agreement in 2003, ending our 14-year civil war. The Republic of Liberia remains deeply concerned about the state of democracy in the West African sub-region, especially the security and political situations in our neighboring state of Guinea and the other sub-regional states of Burkina Faso and Mali, as well as other conflict areas on the African continent and other parts of the world. In this regard, Liberia reaffirms its condemnation in the strongest term of any unconstitutional change of government and the change of any constitutional term limit to continue in power. Liberia has always and will continue to collaborate with all sub-regional and continental bodies and other international institutions such as the Mana River Union, ECOWAS, AU, UN, among others, to combat corruption, money laundering, and terrorism, promote, protect, and defend democracy, including the fundamental rights, freedom, and liberty for all peoples, especially women and children, and other underprivileged peoples of Africa and the world at large. It is worthy to note that since the ascendancy of His Excellency President Dr. Weah to power, there is no and will be no political prisoner and prisoner of conscience in Liberia. Liberia's upcoming presidential and legislative elections in October this year will be crucial to the continued consolidation of our peace, stability, security, development, and flourishing democracy. It is very much encouraging, hopeful, reassuring, honorable, statesman, and commendable that His Excellency President Dr. Weah has continuously committed himself up to present to ensuring the conduct of a free, peaceful, fair, transparent, inclusive, and credible elections on October 10, 2023, and meeting international standards. We are of the strongest conviction that democracy is a work in progress and a democratic, reliable, credible, peaceful, inclusive, and fraud-free electoral process is critically essential in establishing, consolidating, and sustaining lasting peace, security, stability, prosperity, and development in any country. In conclusion, I am of the strongest belief that an attack on one democracy is an attack on all, especially in the case of an unprovoked attack. Let me remind all of us, distinguished delegates at this ministerial level component of the Second Summit for Democracy, that democracy in Ukraine has been under attack and unprovoked aggression since February 24, 2022 by the Russian Federation. Pursuant to my premise that an attack on one democracy.
So we will stop the video there for now because we don't want the video to take all of our time. We just wanted to prove to you, especially those of you yesterday who argue that in fact there was no such conference or summit wherein Liberia participated, and you said we were lying, that there was no summit. We wanted you to listen to your Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Kemeyan, stating that he is in Lusaka, Zambia, also speaking on behalf of Liberia. Now, here are some of the things that you need to know. At that conference, they had about 76 countries from around the world where they assembled in Lusaka, Zambia to attend that summit. They called it Summit for Democracy. It was organized under the auspices of the United States government. There were 8 African countries at that summit, including Zambia, Botswana, Malawi, Liberia, Mauritania, Mauritius, Niger, and Senegal. Of the 8 African countries at the summit, 3, including Zambia, Malawi, and Mauritania, endorse the communicate with reservation or somehow disassociated themselves from some of the texts of the Count 8, which talk about sexual orientation that has to do with gay right. Those African countries that agree and endorse all 17 counts of the Summit for Democracy include Liberia, Senegal, Mauritius, and Botswana. Those were the 5 countries of the 8 that signed it and agree with everything. Some of you are lazy, you don't do research, you don't read, you only dare to insult and attack everybody. As a matter of fact, while we're playing this very informative video, some of you are continuing to prove you're ignorant. Oh, what is the meaning of playing this? Because it's not in your favor, because it debunks your lies, because it exposes the gayism and the gay mentality of Joy Weir and his government. So you don't want us to play it. Let me give you a little background. This is not something new. You know, Obama, when Obama was in power, Obama tried to, expand this whole gay right thing in Africa. You remember Robert Mugabe when he said before Obama can come and preach about gay right in Mozambique or Zimbabwe, let Obama come be his girlfriend? The former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, when he was so angry about it. So Joe Biden came and tried to, follow the footsteps of Obama to encourage. They are not doing it basically on gay right only. Especially this summit, it only included the gay right thing. It was centered around election transparency, free and fair elections, freedom of participation, and also inclusive election. And they talk about some important things: women participation. They talk about people with disability participation, so the election can be inclusive. The election should be free, fair, and peaceful. As a matter of fact, if you listen to the whole audio, the whole issue of Liberia creating some sort of agreement that every Liberian political parties or political actors should sign a paper for a peaceful election came from this summit. The foreign minister talked about that in his, because I listened to the entire audio, the video. He talked about that. I told you guys here that whole meeting wherein they brought in other African leaders, we told you it was organized, it was devised and organized and executed by George Weah. So, but oh no, they're not true. They're not true. It was about, now I'm telling you, this minister spoke about that at this summit, that they will make opposition leader to some paper for peaceful election. Because why? They want to cheat. And they have committed to a peaceful election process, a transparent election process, all of which they are not following. We all know, in fact, in this communicate, the people told them that you got to make sure of participation of everybody, including all political parties, in the electoral process, to include being part of the election commission. You know that's not what happened in Liberia. You know very well, these people who were appointed by George Weah are people that are committed to the CDC and the CDC agenda, to include his ex-girlfriend to chair the election commission. They committed to the war that they will have free, fair, and transparent election, and they will have a peaceful election. And then they started their first day of campaigning in Totin Cascade, which contradicted their commitment to a peaceful election. I'm just mentioning some of these to tell you the summit was not purposely centered around gay rights, but it was one of the components, major components of the summit. Because the United States, they are not looking at gay rights as from the religious standpoint. They are looking at it as a part of human rights. So they made emphasis on it that people should have a right to associate, have a right to be man, to be woman, which include people having the right to make themselves woman when they are men, to make themselves men when they are woman. They call that one transgender. What that one is included. That's why some of those countries, the country that are named to you, they sign the document, but they oppose some part of it. They say, well, we want this one, we want it here, but some of our country, and they even made it very clear. They made it very clear that their cultural orientation and their religion frown on some of those things. So they said, no, we're going to sign this communicate. But they count number 8 that include this sexual orientation and gay thing and all those things there. We're not signing for that one. So like that, somebody say, oh, you know, this was based on international pressure. That's a lie. If it was based on international pressure, other countries that refuse to accept count number 8 entirely, they will have been a problem. But no, nothing happened to them. And like I told you, they said it very clear here. They said, I'm going to repeat that so you can know, that there were also 8 African countries at the summit, including the host, Zambia, Botswana, Malawi, Liberia, Mauritania, Mauritius, Niger, and Senegal. And then of the 8 African countries at the summit, the 3, including Zambia, where the program was held, Malawi and Mauritania, they endorse it, but they say they were endorsing it with reservation. We would disassociate ourselves from the part that talk about gay rights, talk about sexual orientation, that gave people the right to do certain things that actually not in line with our culture and our value. If Zambia, where the program happened, if they can say no, we will sign a communique, but we will not sign the one that will violate our cultural and religious value. Amen. Then Jowiya government went and signed that. Then when they're ready to talk about gay, when they are the one that standing gay right, they are the one that want Liberian people to be gay. They don't talk about these things. And the reason why we are talking about this is because we just believe, in as much as this particular thing, it has no value when it comes to the election process. Liberian people really, really want good things. Somebody who will improve their life. Somebody who will change their way of living. Somebody who will make sure that they have safe and clean drinking water. They have 24/7 electricity. They will have high-speed internet. They will have conducive environment, a peaceful environment that will somehow encourage investors to go to Liberia. Those are the important things. But because they have no understanding on those things, they have no plan, they have no idea, they refer to the whole gay lies that communist is this, communist is that. When your government is the one that went ahead just in March. And one of the reasons why I played this video, I want people to listen to the guy. You listen to him, he said this year, because this happened in March of this year in Zambia, in Lusaka, Zambia. And the summit was for the 29th, the 28th to the 29th. It just happened. You see? You see somebody already last time attacking insulting me. Talking about, you see the one I'm talking about, your friend man lip. You say my lip red like a gay. That person is gay.
Indeed.
That person is from the Jowiya government, or maybe from the, or maybe that person is friendly with the other guy who in the Unity Party or supporting the Unity Party. Because one of them, how you, the women are supposed to be talking about my lip. You man, why you care about my lip? You know, our job, my job, SKTV, our job here is to make sure we bring you information, relevant information that you need to know. And I'm glad that we are on the radio, so that I bring people listen to these things to know exactly people who are actually gay, who are actually promoting gay rights. When you have 8 countries, African countries, why is it that all African countries were not invited? As a matter of fact, we went to dig deeper, Melbourne. Let me just tell you this. We have another information about the whole gay acceptance in Africa. We have the countries listed, the percentage of acceptance in each country when it comes to accepting gays or gay right in Africa. We have the listing. We'll also speak to that, another time. And you will be amused. There are other African countries that 75% agree to be gay. Some of them, like say maybe like Africa's like almost 19%. I'm just picking on some of the countries. As a matter of fact, Liberia, a lot of people are not in for it. They said they don't want it. Only 5%. But you know that there are 5% Liberian. So imagine 5% of 5 million people. We have maybe more than 300 to 1,000 people, or 500, 200 to 300,000 people that accepted the one day gay thing. But they're not talking about that. When they read it, they say Liberia was founded on Christian principle. They read it, they say Joey a pastor. Prince Johnson a pastor. But Joey government going to sign gay right. But then when they read it, they say, oh, come in that gay. We made the man president. The man was saying, you already finished signing the gay right. Okay, now let's agree now, commies support gay right. And anyway, we're gonna go for,
Yes. So we have 2 more minutes or a minute to go for the next bulletin. 1 minute.
Yeah, so because really I don't want to talk about Liberia not listening. Because I don't want to continue talking. I don't want to continue talking about this particular issue when Liberians in Liberia are not listening. So we'll go for the news bulletin. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. We got a lot of information to share with you on this gay thing. The people who are gay and promoting gay business in Liberia, the Jowia and his people, them, they already signed the paper. So let's say now Commis is gay now, or Commis promote gay thing, or Commis become president. They may not know, you don't need to do anything. Jowia already signed up for Liberia. So what's the problem? We're going to come back. We're going to come back right after the news bulletin. But SKTV is where you need to be to get the facts. We'll be right back.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Story heavy, Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Get the best of news, views, and entertainment on Truth FM 96.1. So we can talk about the small things, so yeah. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Whoever bless me, say you can bless him too. Bless your papa, bless your mama. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Get the best of news, views, and entertainment on Truth FM 96.1. It's a big situation. Then back our money, keep to one nation. Invest for your country, make it a better place. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
17 years ago, a news center was birthed, charged to collect balanced, credible, and accurate news and information. A tax tested and proven to be a world-class example of news presentation where truths are told. We lead by example and others follow. RCR News, the premier source of accurate news. Bulletin is up next.
RCA News Bulletin and Augustine Sar reporting. In headlines, the civil society human rights advocacy platform of Liberia described the extradition of the former chief of Sierra Leonean National Police from Liberia on suspicion of being part of a coup plot in neighboring Sierra Leone as unfortunate. Former Defense Minister Brandon Samuka blames people around President George Weah, leading him to losing the 2023 general elections. The newly appointed Registrar General at the Cooperative Development Agency takes the gablet of authority, vowed to transforming the CDA to another level. And of the home front, leaders of Niger's ruling military junta say they cannot accept a high-level diplomatic visit because there are risk to the visitors of security, according to the BBC. The detail of these plus many more. Now the news in detail. The civil society human rights advocacy platform of Liberia has described the extradition of the former chief of Sierra Leonean National Police from Liberia on suspicion of being part of a coup plot in neighboring Sierra Leone as unfortunate and against international regional human rights practices. On Tuesday, the Liberian government confirmed that Superintendent Mohamed Toure, former of the Sierra Leone National Police, was extradited to Sierra Leone, where he was wanted for alleged treason. Addressing the press conference in Painesville, the platform's Secretary General Adama Dempster said Liberia, as a state party to international and regional human rights treaties, should not have allowed the extradition of former chief of the Sierra Leonean police on the basis of human rights and protection. According to Dempster, Toure should have been given a due process as an accused person to assess the nature of the allegation void of any political grounds of interference, and that, furthermore, Liberia should have consulted diplomatic channels involving Interpol before turning him over. Former Defense Minister Brandon Samuka has blamed people around President George Weah of leading him to losing the 2023 election. Speaking to State of the Nation on Truth FM, Brandon Samuka disclosed that those people are bent on engaging on what he described as following the phobia. Samuka further accused the president surrounding of failing to listen to the cry of the ordinary citizens, especially in the rural areas. According to him, realizing the negative decision taken during the past election, Liberians are resolved to elect the new leader that will come from Lofa County. Also speaking, Samuka confirmed as support for the election of Karabai Katima, a former superintendent of Lofa County, as the next senator of the county. The newly appointed Registrar General at the Cooperative Development Agency has taken the gauntlet of authority with the assurance of transforming the CDA into another level. Madam Fatima Sewon, who served as Deputy Registrar General for Administration and Finance at the CDA over the last 3 years, succeeded as Madam Regina Sokantia Williams, who died while undergoing medication in India. Speaking during the taking over ceremony, Madam Sewon called on employees and staffers of the Cooperative Development Agency to join her in making the dream of President George Weah a possible one. Madam Sewon said her administration at the CDA will ensure that cooperatives in all sectors of the agriculture and mining will have to double their efforts as to make the CDA make of other cooperative agencies in the regions a pivotal one. Ahead of the October presidential and legislative elections, the Village Saving Association of Liberia has endorsed the presidential bid of female candidate Sarah Besto Yanti and Simeon Moriba of the African Liberation League. According to the group, their decision is based on the African Liberation League's clear vision of development for Liberia. In the endorsement statement, Esther Wallace narrated that after months of proper scrutiny of various politicians across the country, they are now convinced and confident that the only solution to massive development is the African Liberation League. And what is doing the endorsement statement Tuesday at the headquarters of the party in Town said the election of all will no longer allow women of the country run to the central bank for loan on a 40% interest basis. Speaking in acceptance to the village saving women of Liberia endorsement, the standard bearer of the African Liberation League told the gallery that they intend to provide better opportunities for every citizens of the country if elected in the October elections. He said better macro loan opportunities and agricultural programs will serve the current and future generation. Revignati revealed that politics is not about mere talks, rather it's about making the difference in the lives of citizens, saying Liberia belongs to everyone and not the privileged few. The African Liberation League standard bearer guaranteed the village saving women of Liberia that their leadership will focus on women empowerment, which is one of the major pillars of their manifestos. She made a statement while responding to an endorsement from the Village Saving Women of Liberia Association on Tuesday in Town. For his part, the vice tenor barrier of the African Liberation League clarified that their request to serve Liberia is not for themselves, rather for the people of the country who they believe deserves better from the government they elect. Simon Moraba added that the problems of Liberia are glaring to everyone and it is time for the citizens to elect those with great experience in development. That's the all vice standard barrier disclosed that there are great plans outlined by them to connect the country with major international partners through the complaint that the funds they will generate in the ensuing years. Bomi County Paramount Chief Van Masale of Clay District is reported dead. According to Sando Kawa, relative of the family, Masale died early Wednesday, 1 August 9, 2023, in the Kunde community after being denied from the Mawa Clinic in Morovia. His remains will lay at has been laid to rest. According to reports, he died after a long period of illness. The late Masale served as paramount chief under the leadership of former President Charles Taylor and under President George Weah government. Meanwhile, the family are calling on all citizens of Bomi County to be informed of the death of the late Vani Masale and the Chief Counsel of Liberia, Zansan Kawa. The Environmental Protection Agency, in collaboration with the National Adoption Plan Global Network, has ended a one-day dialogue aimed at developing a communication strategy to be used in the National Adaptation Plan for Liberia. The dialogue, which was funded by the U.S. Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade and the Canadian Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, discussed identification, communication objectives, and priorities audience. Speaking at the program marking the end of the dialogue, the focus pressing on United Nations and foreign assistance at the Environmental Protection Agency, Jefferson Yakubi, assured international partners of the Liberian government seriousness addressing the problems creating climatic change in the country. Mr. Yamini thanked participants for the participation and expressed hope that they will be available in the nearest future to validate proposals and recommendations advanced during the dialogue. The dialogue aimed at developing a communication strategy for the National Adaptation Plan in Liberia. And in foreign development, leaders of Niger's ruling military junta say He cannot accept a high-level diplomatic visit because they are at risk to the visitor's security. Delegates from the regional grouping ECOWAS, the African Union, and the United Nations have been due to fly in this Tuesday, that's Wednesday. But the coup leaders told ECOWAS that sanctions and the threat of invasion from the bloc had created public anger, so the delegation could not be hosted with a crime and insecurity. That's RCI News. Bulletin the Coast inside. Good afternoon.
And 40 minutes past 7 o'clock. That's the time check here on this beautiful Wednesday evening. Today's the 9th day in the 8th month and the year. We made the same news bulletin by Augustine South from our newsroom, Truth FM. The very next time you hear news on the station will be at 8 o'clock on tonight. So we are continuing with the program, the SKTV, up to 8 o'clock. So Sekou, we are back after the news break.
Yeah, so Mibon, thank you so much, and enjoy the new bulletin as always. That was great from our news department. I really appreciate it. For me, I always like to listen to the local news because sometimes it can be very, very informative. But yes, indeed, we are glad to be back. I love Liberia and I love Liberian people. Someone already started calling me gay because I'm exposing them. And some of them already say calling me Sekou 419 because I like that, because you know what? These people, when they are exposed, when they get angry, they will call you all sort of name, which is good. It means that it's really, really getting to them. For me, my thing has been, let's talk about the issue. Let's discuss policy prescriptions. Let's talk about things that will affect the Liberian people in a positive way. Things that will have positive impact on the Liberian people. Who has the requisite knowledge and experience to change the Liberian people's life? That has been our quest. And that's what we have been doing throughout. But if you want to distract the Liberian people from the real issue, then we'll give you what you want. We are not stupid. We know a lot. We are aware of many, many things, but because those things are not important when it comes to changing the direction of our country, we don't talk about them. We are focusing on things that Liberia really need. But when you behave as if you are a thing, do you know that we have audio recording? They come and say you can play because sometimes the people, they can be so eager to play that I told you, say everything we do, we have time for everything. Some of you didn't know that we have this information. There are people that are supporting Joseph Nima Bwaka right now. Do you know we have some of them on audio, trying to molest a young boy? And they were recorded. They're supporting Joseph Nima Bwaka. I'm not blaming Joseph Bwaka for that, but they can just discuss the issue. Let them tell the Liberian people what Joseph Bwaka can do for Liberia. What Joseph Bwaka knows that he can do that he didn't do when he was vice president. That he couldn't do when he was vice president. If you center the conversation around that, that's fine. But if you want to go and lie, fabricate story on people, when we have facts on you, we will expose it. Yes. Hear me and hear me loud. We have audio of some of them, not even one of them, some of them attempting to molest a boy, a young, and they were recorded. They want us to talk about it. When they continue to talk about this whole gay thing and stuff, we'll play. Sometimes we are limited to do certain things because we don't want to break down family. Some of these people, they married, but they can get it both ways. Some of them, they are doing it to keep their job. And there are a lot of people in this government who are gay. I'm telling you. They are in this government, they are gay, and they know each other. They know each other, and they know we are telling the truth. Even, in fact, yesterday, when I said on this platform that we are going to dig deeper, that we're going to talk about the summit that happened where Jowea government went and sang gay rights on behalf of Liberia. When we say we're going to expose people from both Jowea government and from the Unity Party or from Joseph Baka supporters that are gay and that we have record on them, do you know? I received a lot of inbox yesterday, some threatening me, telling me, say, oh, you are losing relevance. The plane want to go, your platform will go down, nobody will respect you. They say all kind of things about me. I say, hey, me. Say anything you want to say about me. Anything you know about me, say, hey, I don't care. And I've told my people, nobody should suffer yourself to defend me because the thing I can take, maybe you will not be able to take it. Me by you cross my mouth, I will be smiling. You cross my power, I will be smiling. You call me any kind of name, I don't care. The reason why I don't care because I signed up for this. When you decide to speak the truth, you will encounter a lot of barriers. You will receive a lot of attack. Do you know why I didn't go to Liberia the other time? Some people threatening to something me. I can't tell the other one. They threatening to kill me. Yes, they did. In fact, I said, okay, I will stay go. They can't lose nothing to me. And some of my friends, some of my good friends that are working in security apparatus that know me years back, they say, no, don't even try. Some of these guys are risky, and they are resolved to take any kind of risk, especially during the election of Darrell Geelong against Thomas Fowler. They said we will. Some of the reason why they're going to lose the election. If they can do anything to eliminate our voice, they were going to do it. Because I have planned to go to Liberia to personally campaign for Geelong. Even though we did our part on the air, we did our part behind the scene. We reach out. So yesterday, when I said we're going to do this, some of the things were joking. When we said we're going to bring out the video, the audio, to prove that yes, indeed, Liberian government signed the gay right in Lusaka, Zambia. They thought they can bully me, they can intimidate me, they can insert fear in me to capitulate. No, that's not me. You don't even know me. You can say anything you want to say about me, do anything you want to do to me. Trust me. If I'm committed to doing something, I can do it. I'm committed to see a better Liberia. I don't care. Anybody stand on my way, we will eradicate you, we will eliminate you to go. I'm not talking about killing though, eliminating to remove you from our way. I'm not saying I'm going to kill anybody. I don't have that ability to kill anybody. Because the Liberian, some of them they can understand English backward. Some of them can understand English backward. That's why sometimes when we come on these platforms, I can speak the way I speak, because if you don't speak to the level of your audience, if you don't know your audience, if you don't speak to the level of your listener, then you'll be wasting your breath. If you come here, you start speaking all kind of gibberish, all kind of vocabulary here and there, trying to Alec. All the book, then you're wasting your time, because nobody's going to understand anything. And we know our audience. And maybe the reason why many Liberians gravitate towards SKTV is because when they come here, when we talk to them, they hear it and they understand it for the first time. We're not here for all that kind of BB boy stupidity. They come here, you start talking all kind of things. That's why sometimes when I talk, some people can be laughing. Because why? I still get my colloquial email 100%.
Indeed.
I still get out 100%. I can speak the way we used to speak, play marble. I can still speak like that without any. I've been in America here for 20 years or more. The last time I was in Liberia was 2005. But you know what? I can still speak my English the same way I used to speak it back then. I can still speak my Liberian English the same way I used to speak it. It doesn't matter. When I'm speaking to other people, let's say, for example, when I serve as operation manager for my company, when I went to speak to corporate leaders, corporations, I speak to them differently. You're speaking like someone American man. I'm not American man. I'm not an American man. I'm a Liberian, 100%. But when I come here on SKTV, I want to speak to our people in a way they can understand. That's why the way we speak and the way we write, we always do it in a way that our people can understand. What is going on in Liberia is scary. I've told you this. Anybody you see speaking more tribalism, they themselves have some questionable identity. I've said that to you over and again. You see anybody always referring to tribalism or ethnocentric behavior, those people, they themselves have some questionable identity. But what they will do, they will speak tribalism to complete their identity so that people can actually pay attention to them. They will all they are more Liberian, when in fact they are the ones that have questionable identity. I've said that to you. And you see anybody always talking about gay, check behind them. They themselves, maybe they don't say are gay, but they will always try to put it on other people so that people can pay attention to them, to their action and their behavior and their attitude. Do you remember when one of them said that they saw a great case in Jowia? And I'm Molu said it. He said Jowia can be sleeping with all the picking there. Who said it? They're not we the ones said it. Molba Molu said it. They didn't see Molba Molu that said again Jowia sleeping with all the women they're giving job to. These people, when they're angry, they think the fat can slip from them. It can slip out from them. They don't mean to say it. But you know, when you're under the influence, when you drink hard liquor, all one or two then can come from you subconsciously. I mean, without noticing what you're doing. So, this whole idea of gay, communists have said over and over. When communists came on SKTV, we asked him for the very first time, wherein I was attacked by some ANC people. Why I have to ask that question? And I told them, this platform is not for ANC. We always speak the truth. We asked Mr. Cummings to help him explain himself. Cummings said, Seku, I am now okay. I've been married for so many years. I don't know where the people are coming from with this nonsense. He said, but you know what? If I wasn't married, I was going to tell them to bring out their wife or their girlfriend. Then the girlfriend will go tell them, who I am. Or the wife will go tell them what I can do. Imagine an honorable man talking in that manner. You should know that he was frustrated about people leaving the real issue and embarking on discussing nonsense. And we have done our own research. We are yet to identify as to where this whole idea of gay thing came from. Whether somebody has something, or there was something that they saw, something that they actually suspected of Mr. Cummings, or someone have said something to them, or Mr. Cummings being associated with somebody or somewhere, something that resemble being a gay or supporting gay. Mamadi Jakite, who asked the question, may his soul rest in peace. Mamadi Jakite, before Mamadi Jakite asked that question, there are other Liberians, students, young advocates that were in Liberia there saying that people have the right to live the life they want to live. Some students from Liberia, University of Liberia, they were promoting the idea of gay rights. That was way before 2017 election. And that thing was gaining traction from some cycle. I just told you, the data shows that almost 5%, which is a lot, almost 5% of Liberians accept the whole gay right thing. We have the data. Almost 5%. 95% resist and reject the whole idea of gay in Liberia. So Mamadi Jakite's question came from whether it will be something, especially somebody that lived most of their life in America. America is the mother of all democracy. For them, every human being, you are entitled to whatever you want to do in your life. They don't even care. Those of us who say we are rejecting the whole gay thing is this, gay thing is that, we live here. Because they have gay in here, they have some people here who are transgender and this and that. They're not taking anything from our paycheck. They're not shorting our paycheck. When you go to the bathroom, when you go to any gathering here, they have bathroom for men and women. Somebody who call it a woman and a man, they go to any bathroom they want to. Who cares? People are even busy to worry about other people's life. People are busy. So the whole gay thing, people who always talk about the gay thing, if you check them, go, they are gay. Oh, Steve, I just seen your message. I thought I sent you the link already. I'm sorry if I did not. Yeah. So, one second. Let me send this thing to Steve so I can be distracted by that. All right, Steve, I just did. I just sent you the link. So, Mabel, when Steve, what I want to do, I want to also take calls in Liberia. the information we provided to the Liberian people. Yesterday, people said it was a lie. We just played the video of the Liberian foreign minister speaking at the summit. As a matter of fact, that was the second summit of this whole summit for democracy. It was under the auspices of the United States. These people, when you see them every time reverting to this conversation of gay, they have nothing to tell the Liberian people. They have nothing on their menu as policy prescription for the Liberian people. And to tell you that how crazy these people are, the man who invented the lie came out clearly and told the world that we lie on the man. I'm the one who created it with some of my friends. We even call people from Atlanta to tell them to agree to go and say this man is gay. That's the only thing we could have on this man. Because nobody knew this man. So we couldn't have, say anything to make him look bad. Because the man never involved in any corruption. The man never involved in the war. He has no blood on his hand. So all we wanted to put some kind of negative thing, nasty thing on him to make him look bad. That's why we lie on the man. The man said that over and over that they lie on the man. But then you call yourself an honorable person, grown up women and men going to lie on the man that the man is gay, or the man will bring gay, the man will sound gay right in Liberia. Now you have a government that already sounded gay right. So is that a disqualifier of George Weah now? So that means that George Weah moved from the whole race. What about the people then who are in the vanguard of Joseph Juma Boakai that have been accused of sleeping with other men? Is that a disqualifier? Do you know some of them be living? Hey man, I don't want to talk, man. I don't want to say certain thing because I don't want this thing to sound personal, because I know a lot about some of you. Truly speaking, I know. And you know I know. Some of you being living without your significant other because you have other people in your life. And we know it. Somebody want to call and say, oh, their country, the Christian nation, they make me do this, make me do gay thing, make me do dating. You are married, or you were married at the same time sleeping with other men. That's what Christianity called for. Some of you are selling your children, male children, to other men because of money and position. But you have the nerve, the audacity to talk about other people. Just stop it, man. Let's discuss the issue. Let's focus on Liberia. Let's focus on things that will change Liberian people's life. Believe me, if you decide to make this vote, to make this election about people's personal life, we'll make it spicy. We'll make it spicy, and some of you will end up drinking acid water to kill yourself because you'll be exposed. You have no place in the Liberian political arena. Some of you will vanish. You will take some kind of thing to just eliminate yourself because we know a lot about you. And we know. So let's stop it. Let's just focus on the issue. Let's focus on what's matter for Liberia. Let's talk about things Liberian people care about. Let's talk about business. Let's talk about freedom of movement, freedom of expression. Let's talk about democracy. Let's talk about major tenets of democracy. Let's talk about freedom of association. Let's talk about people respecting the rule of law. Let's talk about what you're going to do to change Liberian people's life. Giving a high-speed internet when they can struggle to communicate. Let's talk about how you're going to build roads from farm to market, where farmers can enjoy their labor. Other Liberians can enjoy for what they do. Let's talk about that child that living in that village. That when you see car for the first time, they can be smiling, clapping their hand for seeing car. Let's talk about those things. Let's talk about those kids in the village having television. How many people can talk about television in Liberia if you're not living in Monrovia or Grand Bassa County or Magibi? How many people can talk about television? Normal day, we in the village in Nimba, we used to watch TV. We used to have electricity. Let's talk about those things. Those things are important. But if you want to turn the table to talk about people personal life and lying on people with no facts, it will be dirty, it will be nasty, and some of you will be the victim because you're not clean. You are not clean at all. Believe me, we know a lot. Steve, welcome. Let's listen to Steve and then we'll go to the line in Liberia.
Yeah, what's up? I hear you're talking. Anyways, let me greet our people. I've been a little busy here, but no boy, good to see you, my man. What is going on? I see you go good today.
If not too much, I'm moving strong, even though the weather here is not too good for us, but God is there anyway.
My man, the weather good for you now. You marry back. You got thing. But anyways,
social labor is good, but time to go out to work is not too good. But anyway, go ahead, Chief. Welcome.
yeah, thank you, Mr. Cannon. Let me agree with you really quick to our listeners and our followers. Your thank you so much to the people listening to us on the radio. Your thank you. Many of you will be very, very shocked. Some of you, your pa are homosexual. Your fathers, they are homosexuals. They are another man and a woman. Your pa. Some of you, your uncle. Some of you, your husband, your boyfriend. They are another man, woman. I'm telling you today, whether you believe it or not, maybe you should sit there and ask them why they can be passing around with BB ring on the finger. Those damn homosexuals them passing in the country there, doing all kind of funny things to your children and doing it to themselves. Some of you, you know that your husband is a homosexual. You know it. You know it. Like just shame making you to stay be where you are. And who they won't be talking? No picking it, no boarding from Unity Party. Maybe we need to spend time calling some of your names and telling you exactly what you did. So your team on what he needs. When Isaac Jackson come on air and talk about what he said about Dillon, you're thinking a lot. And Dillon came and said he was in the society, but he no longer in that society. Let Dillon shut up, man. Dillon is a liar. Dillon is a liar. Dillon is a liar.
Steve.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go too far. Let me say this.
They show nothing.
Do you know the society thing about Dillon was Kim on SKT? We the one that asked him the question about it. We the one that pushed him to confess about that society thing. Do they know where that question came from? Do they know what we know? But anyway, go ahead.
I have no clue what they're playing on with. The only thing I'm saying to you is this. Like Sekou said, you discuss substantive issues for the Liberian people. I saw one other funny one. Well, you don't know them. You support Kumi and Kumi, they other one look at it alone. I just laugh. I just laugh. So let me say this. Let's discuss substantive issues. I will keep saying what I said, and I stand by what I said. I will make one announcement here today openly. Joseph Boaga has nothing to offer Liberia. Joria has nothing to offer Liberia. Liberians have options this time around. If you want to vote for Joseph Boaga because you like him, like the same way 2017 you liked George Weah and you voted for him, you just love the man. You just love the old man. And I love your eating today. And I love your eating. Okay. My announcement I want to make, and I'll make it on Saturday. On September 1st, I will make a public service announcement. I'll write it off so I can be on record. There are some people that will be black and deleted permanently on Facebook and from my life. Because you've chosen for these politicians to lie to you and fool you, you attack people personally. You make enemies with people personally. And some of you are in chair. Wow, just watch. Mr. Kane, while they are on Facebook making noise, there was a serious meeting held. The presidential Liberia not decided by your stupid thing where on Facebook, oh, the paper win, the other one, the paper will win. Joseph Boaga is not even part of the equation. Let me tell you today. And yeah, Joseph Boaga is not part of the equation. And Joseph Boaga is the word that he's being used as a distraction, but he is not part of the equation. And we yeah, you think Jeremiah Kuhn was picked by coincidence? This is a big game. That big ball game they made playing on you. You even understand something. That let me say again. That the politics of Liberia is being decided right in your face. Who will be the next president? You have no clue. You're passing around making enemies, cursing people, fighting people. They think finish. You know what people can say? Ah, where? Man, go can say a banner. The whole thing finish. The arrangement, everything. Hey, I brought on my post today. You'll be sleeping. You'll be making flour. You'll be passing around, giving yourself out and leaving yourself on record. In 2017, ain't cheer for some of you. Some of you were frustrated. You ran away to America. You came here. You sitting here today. You acting like you advocate. You will remain here. If you not put your notice into your job and you're making B more that you will get a job because Joseph Boaga will win, please go back and take your notice away from your employer. Stick with a job that's helping you. And we here. But Mr. Kane, I won't take too much of the time. The only thing I want to remind our people is your pa, some of you, your husband, your boyfriend, your godpa, that gay. And I will prove it to you on Saturday that they are gay because of some of the things that they can say to you or some of the things that they can do. Just the action. Ask them why they get up.
No, Steve, we're not going to call him. We're not going to call him. It's okay. It's okay. I think we should just encourage them to discuss the issue. We're not going to call him, but they know exactly what we know, and they themselves know exactly what's going on. And I think they will be here. Believe me.
They'll put our lives together. But Mr. Kane, I will see you, my people. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, we're not going to do that. we're not going to do that, man. We're not going to do that, especially on the radio. We have a lot of people listening. We have hundreds of thousands of people listening on the radio. We are covering the entire country. People listening to us in the entire Liberia. We don't know how many people listening, but we are hundreds of thousands on the radio. We have people watching on YouTube. We have people watching on Instagram, SKTV Live. There are certain things we can't say. But we always send a caveat. We always send a warning shot to people. Somebody say, oh, you know, Sekou, don't do it. Don't say this. If you have the information, say it. Don't use it as a bargaining chips to blame people. No, we're not blaming anybody. That's what we don't do on the phone. That's what we don't do it behind the scenes. They say, bring me the one, what do I will say? Me, I don't do that. I can come right here on the show and tell you, stop it. If you don't stop it, this is what we're going to do. And if you continue to do it, we just show you exactly what we can do. We told you yesterday that we're going to come here and prove to you that you were saying you were lying, the Liberal sign, get right under Jowia government. You said we're lying. We just came and prove it to you. Like, in fact, before even I'm going to post the picture. And you saw the minister there talking, the minister of Foreign Affairs. But before the show ends, I will show you his picture and the picture of other Liberian delegation that went with him. So you can be the judge. So all of them I wanted to sign the give right. I will show you their picture. I'll put it right here while we're on the show, and I will post it on SKTV so you can see their picture. People in that went, led by Mr. Kamayan, to sign the give right for Liberia. Like this on court in Liberia, neighbor.
Thank you. So,
I know you and Mabel, and I say, when I need to know call, because Mabel just enjoy the show.
Indeed, secondly, I know some people getting their feelings, and so
it's okay. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that feeling.
339-682, that's the number to call. 0778-339-682 against 0778-339-682. Call that number to be part of the show here and on the SKTV Truth FM against 0778-339-682. 777-833-9682. That's the number to call. Call right now so that you can be part of the show. To this first call. Good evening. Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, thank God.
Go ahead, your name and from where you join us?
I'm Sami, Alfred Sami. I'm calling from Boga Mission, District 5.
Okay, go ahead, Alfred.
Okay, thank you for the show. And also thank you for the one in the studio. For gay rights, I'm not supporting Kumi, but I don't believe that Kumi is a gay man to admit. But the other guests talking about favoring Kumi, that Kumi will win. That one he just make Kumi favor. Joseph Wanga is the next president, but I don't want to believe that Kumi is a gay man. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my dear, go ahead, your name and from where you join us?
My name is Gino and I do call for this telephone.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
I appreciate you guys and I appreciate your panelists that in the school and everywhere I show you country, right? I like to say this to people and see. I think they have to be much careful with the choice of your own in this country. I think some of you, you're in a state you're not feeling up, so don't say you go eating Western. The issue of honor with Joseph Imoboka will be the next president of this country. No matter what you say, Joseph Imoboka will be the next president of this country. So
all right, thank you so much. And to this caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead, your name and from where you join us?
And congratulations to Joseph Baga for winning the election.
Yeah.
No,
go ahead, Chief.
Election finish. So could you say that?
Oh, wait a minute.
So could you say that? Once the election finish, Baga going to be next president.
Hello, how you doing? Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, I want to tell that you kind of again saying that President Weah is a king. See, this guy looks like who you know about President Weah is a king because you have the information. Sometimes what media having that information, so people will take information and put your opinion.
Okay, thank you. To this caller, good evening.
I love them. I love them so much. No, I let
go ahead. Your name and from where you join us? My man, you can put small strength for please. Put small strength in your voice. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got great regard for True FM. But for the two guys of recent, people have brought the SKTV is making us the lost credibility in True FM.
Why?
Those people hold them before the last interception. So I hope.
Oh, it's credit. Yeah,
yeah. To this
caller, good evening. Yeah, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
A non-entity.
Daniel Kele call you from the old Juba.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
Okay, thank you for your show this evening, and let me say thank you to the old man that was in the show. Let me tell him thank you again because look, I mean, we just drop a line. Where we're on the line, where he's telling him say no, we shouldn't call foul or we shouldn't call need. If that particular man learning how to come on show, and then he was learning from
woman, I'm a man. Don't go to what you want to say. Forget about what people.
I'm coming now. We're talking about president business. We're not talking about senator. They don't have no issue. You have no part to play in the election. We're talking about president.
But that was not campaigning. I was saying, man, I got issue with man.
You don't say what the little more.
I was saying that was I got no issue and the campaigning.
Don't cut him off.
What you trying to say?
Let him clarify what you mean. Don't cut him off. Let him clarify.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
For us, I want to say this. We on the ground, we know the situation, and we know silent voters on the wall voting for we are waiting for Joseph Baka. We know Joseph Baka is next president. But I also agree with you that this government signed a game of the poor. Someone will for 2023 again.
Don't go call people name. Don't do that. So let's call a good evening. Hello. Hello, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Oh my God.
I want to actually know as to when the
I'm a man. Let us talk.
No, let me come.
when the rate was signed, the gay rights was signed because of some of us who don't normally go on the radio.
Say March. Say the something happened between March 28 to March 29.
Of our life and
In Lusaka, Zambia.
Of it, I love the information, but please give me more detail so I can do follow up, please.
It said March 29, so just go there and check.
In Lusaka, Zambia.
Government officials in Zambia. So let's call a good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
I'm Saul. I'm calling from the old road branch.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to speak to last Steve, man. Last Steve, why is it that I want to know whether he is journalist or he just appear on the show every day to talk stupidness?
Hey, don't say that.
Don't say that. Don't do that.
Hello.
I will call Osho to cause one of us.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm calling you from Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
The issue of this discussion drew from this time the TV question which you guys are talking about. You need to be very careful. You know, what kind of community or we are saying the issue in Liberia doesn't mean that you're working is part of it.
But how can you have vex now because we pointed to when I get it? We don't say
everyone laughed. Thank you. Yeah, but today's call up. I think we have before 3 minutes to go. Go ahead.
No, let that be the last caller. So let me say something.
Yeah, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. Go ahead, hit him.
Okay, I was just EMP will be just president of the country.
Okay. Thank you. We now. I know when I campaign time, so it's good.
Okay, maybe and the people of Truth FM, you guys don't know how much I appreciate you guys, especially when it comes to the people calling in Liberia. You see how they're angry now? You see how mad they are right now? Some of them going crazy because they don't like to hear the truth. Oh, now is a problem to talk about gay, right? Now to talk about gay now is the problem in Liberia now. Now because we are pointing to a fact that Liberian government sound gay, right? Now we are pointing to a fact that there are some people that campaigning in the vanguard of Joseph Mabaga campaign who are gay. Now you're losing credibility. Let me tell you something before we leave the radio. A lot of people calling already from the diaspora. Please hold the line. We're going to take all of you guys. But let me say this. Your guy Vezo, your nigga Vezo, You know you all love SKTV. You all want to listen to SKTV. And we'll always take your calls for you to talk. Especially I like to listen to you when you're angry. Because that's when you guys can tell the truth. You see the other guy? You see what they're saying now? Oh, you know. So some part of our information that favors them, they agree with that. They believe that. But the one that don't favor them, they don't believe that. They say, oh, you know, yeah, you're talking the truth. Their government here sound the gay right because they like that, because they think that in favor of Joseph Nyimabuagai. But you know, Joseph Nyimabuagai will be the next president. Well, we don't know that. God knows who will be the next president. We don't know. But what we know, what we know is that the Liberian people will decide. What we are doing here and will continue to do up to the election day is to provide the Liberian people the facts so they can make their own decision based on information. That's all we do. Thank you so much. And we still
good night.
Because
indeed. So good night from our end here, right here in Liberia. So for there you have it. Thanks to all of you that placed in your calls.
So let's take some calls here. Let's go to Brazilian Monk. Saros, how you doing, sir?
What's up, Sickle? What's going on? I've been following the show, man. This is why I tell you all the time I follow SKTV religiously, because you just put it out there for what it is. You know, you will say the truth no matter what. It's up to them to make their choice. That's it. You are not here to influence people. You are just here to spill out the truth, and whatsoever it leads. You, the Liberian people, look, you know what I tell people? When I was growing up in Liberia, the biggest gay that I know in Liberia, that every was Georgia. Every player that played in the national team, including your own players from the GM professional, the two-party chairman confirmed it. We all know that. But you know, Liberian people, they can pass information. They want to cherry pick. They want to, you see, and the last time I told you, I said, politics is show business. If you cannot bring your opponent can bring you. Mr. Cummings has been in Liberia for, more than almost a decade now, dating back to 2013, since the Ebola crisis, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are yet to see a single person like Brother accuse Mr. Cummings that can give a proof or evidence that Mr. Cummings is gay. But guess what? They decided to put that stigma on Mr. Cummings. Because like I keep saying, Georgia and Joseph Boya cannot argue with Cummings on the things that matter the most in politics. They cannot make the case for job. They cannot make the case for investment. So for them, if the issues is about things that are irrelevant, it plays to their advantage politically. My thing is, like I keep saying, I am yet to see Mr. Cummings to make this case for himself. And that's why they keep bringing him. Whether it was the framework argument, whether it's the gay thing. Look, Joseph Boya served under Madam Salif for 12 consecutive years. We all heard of Robert Salif, or what Robert Salif do about gays. When last have you seen Joseph Boya to come out a statement to say, you know what, let me criticize for at least once Robert Salif about all these things that we keep hearing, even if there's no evidence, but at a certain point when people keep saying things repeatedly, you know there's some element of truth to it. Have you seen that? No, he would never. But guess who they try to put a gay stigma on? It's Cummings. And that's for a reason. Because they know if that election is about job, it's about creating opportunity, it's about expanding the economy, it's about bringing investment, this is a topic they cannot win Cummings on.
No.
Like you see, Cummings gay. Oh, Cummings at first they say Cummings was a common man, and later on he became a global man. That's all they want, because they know if you tend to issue that are relevant to the voter, Cummings will be an overwhelming factory. So you hear it now, they are mad. Oh, you're talking about gay? No.
Yeah.
Biggest gay. So it came as no surprise for me that Georgia was sound on Gabriel, because that the biggest gay in Liberia, the most notable gay in Liberia was Georgia. That every kid grew up in Liberia knew at the time. So Sunday,
my man, just like you said, during professional day, we hear a lot.
Yeah.
During professional day, we hear a lot. Some of the people in the beginning are talking, and some of them were not born. Some of them were, were kid or man. They have no idea.
Yeah, like you said, that's a reality. But maybe they should ask people that were much older than them and ask them what happened in Liberia. From the 90s up to now, the biggest and most recognizable gay in Liberia is Georgia. So if Georgia is signing of Gabriel, it's become a no surprise to anybody, especially for people that know him, that been in that country for a while.
But Sarah, why are they getting mad? And they say we should expose all the gay people and people that are supposed gay, right? So why are they getting mad?
Like I always said, they got two groups of people. They got people who believe in the truth, and they got people who believe that what they think is the truth is the truth. That's just what is happening.
So to you,
they try to ignore the reality. No, they want to pin one guy. They want to stigmatize one guy, but no, the actual corporate, they want to ignore it. You know, that's just why it is.
So Sarah, before you go.
Yeah.
So when we say yesterday that we're going to dig deeper, that we're going to provide information, clear information to prove that the Liberian government participated in that summit and they signed it. So they thought we're joking? I mean, I did not been following SKTV for a while.
No, they think it's some other news here, like people can cherry pick information, you know. They got a perception that SKTV is leaning one way or another to a particular candidate. Like I tell people, you got to make your own assessment before you make choices in life. When you already make choices, then you will not be able to see the clear picture. That's why our problem. That's what the problem is when it comes to voters in Liberia. They have already picked a side. So no matter the information, whether you provide the truth or not, no, they just don't want to accept it. But the right way to do it is to have an open mind and look. That's how they cannot tell who is for them and who is against them, because they have already chosen a side. Because if you accept that and have an open mind and be receptive to all the information that comes in before making a choice, then you'll be able to see this thing clearly. But
thank you, my brother. Thank you. So let's go to the line here. We have a 510 number, last 4 digit 0155. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Sekou. This is Miara calling from California.
Miara, how are you?
I'm doing good. Can I talk to my people, please, in just a little bit?
Go ahead quickly.
Okay. CDC government kapega ganga diga nega ka juda bara diga pa diga nega ka diga diga wa enya segunu SK TV radio pananga ganya du pui panama bago menga bago kengia bago ne kengia ne jo we ana da lo pok lo ka hu da month da wasanga we got my gay da wasanga nenga wo no ne daga ma obi decree da nega komila ya komiga ne wa pa u ne diga ganya ke SKTV panang radio panang kanya du pui panama ya diga debe jula bara no diga debe CDC government diga debe nya de ninga wa sewa diga nya de ninga wa moto dia diga nya de ninga wa no dia ge ku ga diga pui panama ga da leka komi angwe nwengu pada komi nya ku ti ka giba ku nwengu pada go ne ba ne mba da no ngamai ka amwa ge ne ka yinga won ne la wa de so homi won ne no ni diga ma ke ka na ka wo to no da diga le ka le manga ka diga para diga wa diga le ka o po go ma ting CDC go ma ting nu pa go ma ting criminal go ma ting da lo ko da wo sanga age Gaidu ku library ga por wa le da wo sanga go por le ta ko hu age pa ko kania pa ko ne ke diga ne ga ko la ka wo to o to mo ngo ho bu kwa vori ga komi ka chali Rosimba age ku lo ngo pa ku da ko ga le ku pa we ku pa ko ga pa ku po le ku ya wo ke ka he ka wo to ma miera da na ka ma ko bele fanne ma thank you so much.
Thank you. Next time you should call in on the radio so that way people can hear you from Liberia. Okay. I know there are a lot of people watching all in Liberia on the Facebook, but we have thousands of people listening on the radio. When you come on next time, please call or hold the line. Let's go here and 612 number, last 4 DJ 35. 3951. What is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Solo Kamara calling from Minnesota.
Yeah, Solo Kamara, go ahead. Please post. Let's do 30 seconds because we have a lot of people calling. People want to participate.
Yeah. Okay, Sego, this is political time. This is campaign time. So we're gonna put all the data laws. I'm gonna watch everything all to the Liberian people see. We're gonna let it go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then you come with a gay issue. Yesterday I talked about stuff like that. The reason why people, they were not obey your brother stuff out. During any region, when people came out, they said, Kuma donner certain amount of money to the gay community. That's why Director answered my question.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was what the product
So do you have information? Do you have that paper or access to that paper, or somebody can get it to us? It doesn't matter. Even things that are happening in 1985, those time we need information, we can get it.
That's the reason why they did an interview on him.
Okay, yeah, but if we have nothing to trace it, then we cannot believe that. You know, that's why SKTV, anything we want to say, we got to make sure we provide proof.
It's not mean that when they do it's true. It is not true, but we will say listen to you because if not listen to you, you're not going to hold the show.
That's true. That's true, but most of the things we have said is yet to be disproved. Or debunked.
You have no proof, Sheku.
All right, thank you.
Okay, now.
No, thank you. You know, we said 30 seconds, so that's enough for you. Let's go to the line here. Hold on. 202 number, last 4 digit is 2214. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, welcome to this is Breakable Power, calling from DC.
Breakable Power, calling from DC. Go ahead.
You say hi to my sister, Eugenia.
What was that?
You know, my sister on the show. Watching the show, Eugenia. You know, I think one last thing is a quick.
How is that important to you? When last I talked to communists? Why didn't you ask me when last I talked to George Weah?
You tell your about the campaign. You know, your campaign mission is deliver for yourself.
But I'm not campaigning for communists.
I mean, you could be man.
Yeah, you can think like that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with you thinking like that, but I'm not campaigning for communists. This is SKTV. Oh, because it was your government being gay now. Then now we shouldn't talk about it, right? Yeah, because Jovial government, a gay government, and then the gay thing now is a taboo. Nobody should measure gay anymore. Come on, man. Man, thank you, man. Thank you. Let's take the next call. I said 30 seconds. If you can make good use of your 30 seconds, you keep going back and forth, then we'll just switch to the next caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 651 number, last 4 digits, 7671. Hello?
Hi, my name is Jackson. Yeah, hi, my name is Jackson. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Jackson, go ahead quickly. 30 seconds. Everybody, we have a lot of people, calling.
I mean, this is going to my Liberian people. Our people in Liberia. We're talking to you. The people, you don't listen to them about gay business. My people in Lokisan, my people in Douala, my people in Watersa. You don't listen to those people. You all know. If you in Lokisan, you can't tell me you don't know that we are a gay man. You know about the good guys. The good guys in Lokisan. You all said you was suspecting we have to be sleeping with the people there. You all know their name. I'm not going to call their name yet. You all know we was sleeping with the body in the place there. You all know. You can call on the show and call some of their name. For me, I'm not going to call their name. You all know you all made a team, man. So you all forget when you go to business. Don't get on the issue. The person that can be able to change Liberia, that Mr. Cummings, they have lied on Mr. Cummings, therefore you guys do not let him. You all need to open your eyes. My brother was in the street there, my Zogo brother. Cummings is your man. He's there to work for you. That's the reason why they're going against it. Thank you.
We got to leave it there. Thank you. We're 30 seconds, folks. Now gay business not that taboo. Nobody should talk about gay now because now you have gay government, you have gay supporters, you got gay campaigner for Joseph Boakai. You have a government that just signed gay right. So now gay business not that taboo. Nobody should talk about it. We'll talk about it every day. Every day. Say you don't want to talk about issue, you want to talk about gay business, or people who are gay will be exposing them. That's what we do. Prince, how you doing, my brother?
Seku.
Yes, sir.
Seku had done what he had fought to do for the past 6 years.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You have turned the tide of the issue on the people, on the liars, on the hypocrites, on those who use the issue and then lies and weaponize it to distract from the issue, from the topic, and they turn it on the innocent man just because they felt that it was deflection. You have turned the tide, And ANC could not have ANC been talking about that for almost 6 years. But Sekou Kone SKTV had turned the town. Means he came to know that the power of the media. And the power of the media. Now, they trust them to invest more in the media. Sekou is not doing this thing because Sekou is a man who stands for the truth. He lives lies and hypocrisy, but it doesn't mean that he supports communists or any case. But it's just disgusting to see people taking these sort of things, trivial things, lies and things, and play games, and so we cannot deal with the issue. Do you know that, President, we are appointing an open gay lady as ambassador to France? Open gay. I'm a woman living with her. And this gay issue here, everybody, even myself, my very own cousin, that in Morocco that support George Weah. This guy was the one that told me on Broad Street that George Weah was gay. In fact, George Weah loved the one of his friends called Yoni. And George was supporting this boy. I want the ball bluffing, dressing all that kind of nice way. And I was struggling with the passion. I was saying you need to be in the ball. You know, and he told us that a long time ago. So Sekou, thank you very much. I think the ANC people need to really come and thank you so much for breaking this lies, this cloud of lies that have been hanging over Alexander Cummings, a decent man, a family man, a man who is a believer, a man who prayed. Alexander Cummings went one time and prayed. He never prayed for God to make him president. He prayed for God to give him the strength. If he had the strength, if the people, he tested the people how to gain the opportunity to serve, so he can serve them well. So thank you very much, Vaseku.
Thank you.
I appreciate what you're doing. You're just proving that the media is a powerful institution. Now let's discuss the issue now, or we can continue and deal with it.
No, we'll continue to deal with the gay issue.
Yeah.
Because they put angry now. They don't want to talk about it no more. The gay teach.
The only part I really concerned with, are you saying that somebody wants to do a campaign thing that open gay?
And not only gay though, not only one person, but we have audio on some of them abusing young boys.
Oh wow!
And we will play it if they insist on this gay thing. Wow. We will play it and Labrampo will hear it.
But you know what? Do you hear what you need? Do you hear what you need? They don't talk anymore about
my man. My man. I'm not calling me yet. I just told you we have people. So we good. Yeah, but I would not like to say anything. I would not like to say anything either. No. My man, I will not allow you. I will not give you a chance to say anything that could put me here. Why? Say that again. Say what Prince Johnson said? Went in his section and you were talking about what economic crime code and Prince Johnson got said. But why every time you're talking about what economic crime code, you be looking at me? The next time you bother me with what economic crime code, I will tell you that what year you Rouse and he did at your hospital one night. But why? I don't know. Okay. I don't know answer for that. Thank you so much. Let's go to the line. You see, y'all learn good news, so we tell us the information not cheap, right? We stand for the truth, but you're not supportive. I'm just being honest with you guys. Only few people can support SKTV all the time, but it's okay. We will continue to do our best with or without your contribution. But we just have to remind you that information is not cheap, so you got to support SKTV. That is the honest truth. Let's go to the line here. 612 number, last 4 digit is 8531. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Uncle Pete, the minister for all the counties.
Uncle Pete, welcome to SKTV.
Yeah, my other number, you don't have this number.
Yeah, I will save that one too.
Okay. Second, let me thank you for the information.
Thank you.
Information that you are disseminating. Very, 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 very informative. We are learning a lot from you. But let me tell you, Sekou, you got more gay and lesbian in this government of the CDC than you ever had in the government like that before. You did that part there when Ellie Johnson was there. Her son was leading the gay club, the gay organization. You know, a lot of people in Liberia that you know this now, they got jobs because they went to bed with Ellie Johnson's son, and they went to bed with other gay people in her country. You can be infested with gay people during the days of Ellie Johnson. But it is more infested now with George Weah government than any other government everywhere. Gays and lesbians. Most of the women that got jobs, they are going to bed with other women. Most of the men that got jobs in George Weah government, they went to bed with men. But they just use it coming in for distraction. You want to rely on him for the document that what he's trying to do. Liberians think twice. Only Alexander Cummings can bring a change in our country. This gay issue, the CDC is infested with gays and lesbians. This is Uncle Pete, the member of all the counties. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Pete. Thank you so much. So let's go to the next caller here. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 929 number.
Yeah, good evening, Sekou. My name is Napoleon Soso. I'm calling from Los Angeles.
Napoleon Soso, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Sekou, let me just tell you, I will give you 2 to 3 instances. When we were in Cameroon, 1992, when George Weah left Cameroon, he went to Monaco. And then we have Oliver Marcoux, and a Liberian player that used to play for Marseille. His name is Jiwa. Jiwa told us, because Canton Cape, the Liberian ambassador in Cameroon at the time, was a gay. He used to sleep with George Weah. Okay, the second instance is that Nyongli went to Basso, started telling the Basso people that Mr. Cummings is a gay. When Nyongli knew fully well that the law is a gay, Mo Ali is a gay, because Mo Ali, when he got his scholarship, how he got that scholarship? It was through Robert Saliba. So when Nyongli is talking, we got dossier on Nyongli Kanga Lawrence herself as a lesbian. So although George Weah is a gay, but most of the inner of Bowman, Joseph, Newman, Boaka, those people are gay too as well. You will never hear Mr. Cummings name in anything. Only that guys that lie because they know that we're going to be pointing out some of these things. So they brought it up front first just to, tarnish the man's repetition. But people that know Jiwa name, this name, Jiwa from Union de Douala, he used to play for Marseille. He passed now. Oliver Marcoux used to play for Union de Douala when George Weah left. Those guys used to tell us. We used to know Canton Cape. Most of these guys know Canton Cape. For those that knew Canton Cape in Cameroon, what I'm saying, they would call and tell you. Thank you, Sekou.
Well, my people, there's certain things I can't stop now because some people, when they start talking, I can just have chill in my body. I can't stop it. So I know now that we have people that they're angry. From Jacob Nima Bucket, some of them are very angry right now. But Shiana Jones asked for the Zelle number. The Zelle number is 480-862-0783. It's 480-862-0783. Pin the number over there. So if you can see it, let me know. If you can see, I will pin the number back. I'd like to take another caller here. Hold on. Hold the line, Mr. Mawolo. I'd like to take the first question before you. 763 number 0831. What is your name and where are you calling from? Hello?
Elasa Johnson.
Your name is?
Elasa Johnson.
All right, go ahead, Mama.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, people, we've been keeping it here for a long time and we're scared to talk it, but then we're talking. I used to work in Center Excel in marriage. The play where you can do the marriage team rep and start the place into the mansion there. And when Eric Joseph Sally, Robert Sally had his own office beyond that in a sense. And Robert Sally had a lot of boss. There, one day I went for scholarship for local scholarship something. And then Garrett Dillon went in the office to Robert Sally. And he's still not there in the boss and was gossiping. I'm telling you the truth. Garrett Dillon went to Robert Sally in a valley where Robert Sally had his office beyond the mansion. If the probably the marriage certificate place, you can go there and play. So bored. The place were looking at a funny place. People just all around. So bored. You hardly see women there. But we went there for scholarship. And Garrett Dillon went there. And he and Robert Sally still in our room there, and the boss they were complaining. So and they say you haul bush. I know you haul rope, you haul bush.
You say you haul rope and haul bush.
Yes. And he the one he's sitting over there today that he the one talk. I was just laughing and say, look at people who don't know nothing about it, mayor. They will believe it. That man you have seen so that we are ghetto. That two things that people can be talking that he and Robert said he was in so I'm telling you the truth. Ask anybody whether Robert said he never had his office beyond there to the mansion there. Well, so boss, there are some boss there. So personally, I will not call it. I'm telling you, they were there. They were angry. I'm telling you.
All right, Mama. Thank you so much. A lot of people will come out. A lot of confession will pay. A lot of people can't say what they know. I'm telling you. Let me be honest with some of you. I'll swear to God. Somebody called me one time, and the person was very, very emphatic. The person called name to me. The person told me they even regretted for calling me from their own number. And they promised me to even call me, send me more information from different number. Because they said information they gave me, they said if I say it in public, they will know that he's the one that say it. The person was talking to me and they cried. And I told Steve, yeah, SKTV, Seku, yeah, that one, all that one, I cash out. So, you know, they call names. They say something to me. When you hear a man, sometimes you will cry. Some of the abuses those goddamn caused on the kids, young boys. But if they continue to make that the issue, we'll talk about them. Me, I don't, you know, I've said this before to you guys on this platform, that there are a lot of things that I know. People give me information. I don't sometimes about information. I pay for information, but most of the time I don't pay for nothing. Sometimes people call me, give me information pro bono because they trust me, because they believe in me. But some of the information, I see them, they are not conducive for the conversation about changing Liberia. But if people live in the issue, real issue, who want to talk about non-issue, fabricate lies, then we have no alternative but to talk about them. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? I think this is from Europe. On the WhatsApp line. Hello? Caller, if you are listening to your monitor, stop that. You're listening to your phone. On the WhatsApp line, are you there? Okay. We'll leave that caller and we'll go to Mr. Maolo here. Mr. Maolo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, quickly, 30 seconds, everybody. The maximum will be 1 hour. I mean, 1 minute.
I come to say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And this is what journalism should be about. If you decide to do journalism, then you do it right. I tell people all the time, your job as a journalist is not to repeat what you hear on the street. You hear what people say, you go do the research and come and give the people the truth. The other day on your show, I said that Liberia signed the gay rights something. I didn't have that recording.
In Zambia.
So you go and bring the recording and you show it. Now they all generate all over the place. That's what the journalism should be about. That's why all these people holding microphones all around the place, That's what, if you decide to do that, then do it right. This is what you do. Research things and bring it to the public. The public is depending on you to tell them the truth. If you can't find out the truth, then don't repeat what you hear on the street. So I just want to say thank you, Sekou. Thank you for exposing this thing. Thank you for continuing to be a decent person in the news in the news sphere, and we will hold every journalist to the feet to the fire to tell the people the truth. If you can't go and do research, then don't come on this air and try to repeat what you heard on the street, because that's what we see around here. Thank you. Please continue to talk about it. Let's see. They say when you know you got skeleton, you trust it, you should shut up. But since you want to talk about it, let's all talk about it. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you plenty.
Thank you. Let's go to the line here. WhatsApp number, are you still there?
Hello?
Yes. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Edward Dennis. I'm calling from Australia.
Australia, go ahead.
Yeah, Sekou, I'm so happy today. Yesterday, this topic came up. That lady who called, the lady who called and tried to denigrate Kumi with this lie. I thank God for her because she brought the topic, and now you are very, very making the Liberian people to know the truth. I thank you so much. This is why I took your number yesterday. I was calling you, but at that time you were already off. But I'm so happy this morning. People are coming up to tell the Liberian people what is happening in Liberia. Kumi is a very decent person. And every time they try to talk about this, you will always say, look, this is not my lifestyle. This is not the lifestyle of our people. I'm not part of this, but people are using this stupid information to make it to be like a gay person. The man is a family man. They have been hurting my heart so much, but I'm so happy that people who are in it, their name has coming up, and Kumi is the one that is not even a gay person. There are a lot of Liberians, a lot of people in the government, a lot of people in the UP that are gay, but nobody knows about them. But now their names are coming up. People who know about them, they are coming up to talk about them. It's so good. Thank you, Sekou.
Thank you.
Continue your campaign. I always follow you, but now I can talk to you direct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that was a call from Australia. As we have always told Liberian people, SKTV, we are not the most followed platform, but when it comes to international audience, we have the most people following and contributing to SKTV. On SKTV, you hear people calling from Dubai, from Australia, from China, from South Korea, from Europe every day. It means the Liberian people are following SKTV. We may not have the biggest audience. We may not have the biggest number on the screen because we don't do fake numbers. We may not have 3 or 4 or 5 radio stations, but we have consistent, reliable, and reputable people following SKTV. And they rely on SKTV, they depend on SKTV for information. That's why when we provide information, we make sure that they are authentic, they are fact-driven, and they are truthful. So that when you are quoting us, when you say, I hear from SKTV, people say, oh, yeah, oh, that's true. Because we don't do all those shenanigans and back and forth thing with people. You know, even when we interview people, that's why we give you time to talk. Because from what you say, We can draw a question from there. We don't want to create that kind of catchy moment, just to shame somebody or try to bring somebody down. We don't do that. When we told you yesterday that let's stop this whole gay thing, let's stop talking about this thing. We have information that we know that the Brown government signed gay right. And the shameful part of this thing, you have 8 African countries that participated in this summit, including the country that hosted the summit, Zambia. They said we were starting to communicate because, in every gathering, convention, summit, some of you who may not know, we have been in leadership. We've had convention, we have had gathering, we have had a lot of meetings. We have even worked in corporate America. I have served as operation manager for a company. When the convention is closing, you have a communicate that will incorporate all the information, all the agreement, proposal that's supposed to be signed. So in this particular summit, they call it democracy, or summit for democracy, or democracy summit, organized under the auspices of the United States. The closing, they came up with 17 counts. The 17 counts supposed to be signed by every country, 76 countries that attended the summit. Out of the 76 countries, we had about 8 African nations. And out of the 8 African nations, Zambia, Botswana, Malawi, Liberia, Mauritania, Mauritius, Niger, and Senegal. And out of them, 3 of them, including Zambia, who hosted the summit, say, you know what? We're not going to sign the portion, which is count number 8, that talk about gay right, that talk about, your sexuality, gay right, and the rest of it. They say they don't do it. They don't want to sign it. And the reason they cited for not signing it, they said because of it contradicts or it violates their cultural heritage. It violates their cultural norms and value. Amen. How can Zambia, who hosting the summit, say we can't sign it? We will sign the whole thing, but that particular one, we're not going to sign it. So was Mauritania. Zambia, Malawi, and Mauritania, they say no. But then, the other people then that say, you know what, we will sign it, and we will sign the whole thing. So all the 17 counts, there were Liberia, Senegal, Niger, Mauritius, and Botswana. Hey God. When we read it, we say we are moral people. So we just go to church. Stand on the pulpit and run his mouth on the other people, on the other Liberians. Just March. It didn't did this thing a long time ago. It just happened March. March 28, March 29. Other country, it's not like somebody say, Sekou, when we started the show, somebody say, when I played the video wherein the Minister of Foreign Affairs was there, speaking on behalf of Liberia, lying about everything, lying about their respect for the rule of law, lying about how they have freedom of press when they are closing down people's network, lying about everything. In fact, on the video, maybe I'll play the rest of the video tomorrow. On that video, this Minister of Foreign Affairs can say that the Liberian government will go and make the political leader to sign for peaceful election. And I told you guys here last week, when I was talking about cheating, I told you that the reason why they had that summit, that Farmington agreement, Farmington summit, whatever it was, actually they did it, it was organized by Jowea, that when they cheat, they want to make sure the political leaders, they commit for a non-violent post-election, so that when they cheat, they will say, oh, you signed the paper, oh, don't do anything funny. They involve other West African leaders and ex-leaders, that some of them, they pay them money to come to Liberia to make the Liberian political leaders to stand for it. When we're saying this, some of them call me. Some government people call me, they say, I'm trying to create problems in Liberia, that I'm going to create post-election violence. I should stop talking about cheating before the election. And I know exactly where it came from. When they committed to the people in that at that summit, that they're going to make sure that they will make people to sign document. Why you worry about people signing document for non-violent if you know the election is going to be free, fair, and transparent? Why should your way be the one to even take that initiative? We told you. Some of our political leaders in Liberia, they're not paying attention. Every major information we have given here, so you can just watch and laugh about it and move without acting upon it. These guys, they want to cheat. Maybe we should play the rest of the video tomorrow so you can listen to the whole thing. But besides that, the information that we just gave you, it's not just funny information that somebody just trying to blackmail somebody or trying to just talk bad about a government. No. This was initiative organized by the United States. And this was the second summit. And it was co-hosted by other countries, including the United States. So, if your government can go ahead and sign gay rights, and you went and told the people that you are committed to free, fair, and peaceful election, and your very first day of election, of campaigning, you went, you total casket of other candidates that they are dead. That is subject to different interpretations. Somebody can say, maybe you threaten, you're willing to kill the man, and the man is already dead. Somebody will say, well, this casket is a sign that anybody play with Jowea, you will die. That anybody try to win the election, they will kill you. People can interpret it to their liking, and they will not be wrong. Amen. Let's go to the line, take a few more calls. So the first person on the line, I got three people on hold. This person 7703. That is the first caller. And then from there we'll go to 214 number, and then we'll go to Yumotro Kanga. Yeah, but so 973 number, what is your name and where you calling from?
Go to the 214. I'll be right with you. I'm sorry. This is no problem.
Okay. So let's go to the next caller here while we wait for that other person. 214 number, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Brother Sekou, my name is Bonnie. Said I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
How you doing, Bonnie?
I'm doing fine, my brother. I'm hanging in there. Thanks for inviting me, taking my call.
Go ahead.
Well, I would say it this way. Like, this would be one of the time I would say very simple, because at times I think it's about time that we lower our voices and appeal to our people in a very simple way. It is time for Liberian people, my people who are listening right now, the many people that are listening to Sky FM around Liberia and around the world. It's time for us to realize that politicians are fraud. It's time for us to, especially for those that are in Liberia, it's time for us to look at our lives, or look at their lives and say, damn, look at my life where I'm at today, and look at the politician that just got into power 6 months ago. Now look at this guy's life. This is a cycle. Politicians in Liberia especially are not in your favor. They get there, they take it as a job for they and the families. They use you as a servant. The only time they come back to you when it's election time, then they come back, all the money, half of the money they've stolen, they put it back on the street to you. Then you people, they use you, you run around the streets, and then after you put them back there, they put you in back for another time, another couple of years until it's time for the election. We have to understand that every Liberian citizen deserves a better life. And the government or the leaders you put in place are responsible. They're supposed to serve you to make your life better. Liberians, I'm going to tell you this one more time. You see Mr. Alexander Pomis. He left Liberia. He ran around the world. He made his life for himself. He had his money. He came back to Liberia, started businesses, and now he wants to help Liberia. He does not have to be a president, but it's his right. He knows how to make it happen. He's come back to Liberia with his money. He's giving people, he served people. He built a big organization inside of ANC. Be smart. All the other political parties you have had for years, the only time they have movement going on when it's election time. When the election is over, nothing else. They're dead. There's nothing going on. Be smart this time. Make the right choice that will put your life for once first, not the lives of politicians. My brother, let's keep on trying. Seko, I appreciate you. The other part of the politics, I don't care about this foolishness they're doing. Our people at this point should be able to recognize those things and make sound decisions. And whoever becomes the next president of Liberia, my people, let them put education first, because when we have more educated citizens in Liberia, decision making will be better. The undereducated or uneducated people are so much more than the educated people, and they are the ones making these bad decisions over and over and getting us in this swamp.
Thank you.
My people, let's listen. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for the opportunity. Have a great.
Of course. Thank you so much. Let's go back to the line here. This person, 973 number. Are you ready? Other than that, I'm going to move to the next caller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Sekou. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
This is Leslie Brooks Roberts. Even though I'm bereaved, but I just wanted to chime in on this topic.
Go ahead.
Firstly, I want to thank you for your deliberation, for the research. I also want to say that we that are here in the West, we need to be careful on these types of topics, because this topic is a topic that is very sensitive in the West.
Mm-hmm.
So while it's true, it's related to the Liberian issue, but I heard it on other stations, and I think few people here denouncing the fact that there was, somebody in their family and all that kind of stuff. We are all human, and we all have the right to do what we want. Why, yes, we have religious beliefs, we cannot and will not and should not denounce people for who they are and how they identify. Okay? Because if we go back, we the Black people were once counted as less than, and someone fought for us to be able to have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom to do whatever we want. I just want to caution us as we go on this topic, how we go about it. But in saying that, I want to also say to you and to the coming campaign, where because of them that this issue is coming to light, as you guys and people have said, this is not a new phenomenon. This has been going on. So why is it now a big issue? I want to caution them to speak on the issue, or I caution the Liberian people that the issues that matter to you is what you should be worried about. When you have nowhere to toilet, I'm going to say poo-poo in the Liberian way, when you have to go behind the house or wait till nighttime before you can release your bowels that God has given you that this is the time to go, but you can't do it because you don't have a suitable place to go. And the issue that matters to you is somebody's preference on what they do in their personal life. That is a problem.
Let me just say something to you before you go. What you are saying, it may sound right. It may sound like the good thing to do, but that's what people have been doing for the past 5 to 6 years. But guess what? The people on the other side, they don't want to discuss the issue. And because of that, because they choose to discuss non-issue, the listener are also listening to them. They are listening and they believing the non-issue that they are discussing. If you want to play it safe, try to be the decent man or the decent person. Trying to be the issue-oriented person. At the end of the day, you will go with your issue at home without winning anything, because you know what? You have to know your audience. People in Liberia, the voters, nobody had to tell them what's going on with their life. Nobody's supposed to tell them how they're not getting food to eat, how they don't have electricity, how they don't have clean drinking water, how they don't have high-speed internet, how they don't have good hospitals and clinics. Nobody have to tell them, right? But because the people on the other side, they only choose to discuss non-issue, the people listening, they don't care about real issue. So in order to keep the conversation alive, in order to push the other side to go back to discussing the issue, you have to confront them to where they are. If they are discussing non-issue, take it to them. When they decide to discuss the issue, then you discuss the issue. Or you can do both. You can chew gum and walk at the same time. You can discuss the issue, and you can also take it to them in discussing non-issue. If they say they're stupid, you tell them, say, I'm stupid more than you, but I can just choose to be smart. I just wanted to add that.
And that's a very good point. That's very good. But yeah, I agree. In doing so, I just want you to also let them know these people don't have any issue. I mean, any issues with Mr. Cummings, and so they are going to that issue. And so yes, the way you're going about it may be a little safe way, but I just don't want it to be a topic that we're going to stay on because.
No, we will stay on it as long as they want to be on it, and when we will stay on the issue too. We'll do both.
Okay. I just also want to caution the Cummings campaign and all other good campaign other than the George Weah campaign.
All right.
That I'll just give me 2 minutes. I'll be out of your way. That some of the fear some of these people have is that, when the new government comes, I will lose my job, because that's how it's been. I want them to assure people, where even if they do a different mechanism in vetting people to keep them, and if they're not qualified for this job, put them in another one, since one of his goals is to create jobs.
Okay.
Let these people be assured. Let the Liberian people be assured that, this government is now, this new government is not going to wipe them off the map, and then they go back to doing nothing.
All right, my sister. Thank you so much.
Governments have done.
Thank you.
Mr. Kanye.
Thank
you
you
for your time.
For sure. Thank you. Yumutru Kanga, how are you?
Doing good, Sekou. How are you?
I'm doing great. I think you guys making me to stay longer than I wanted to, but anyway, go ahead, Mama.
Okay, I'm going to speak my vernacular. I'm Basa.
You want to speak Basa?
Yes, I want to speak Basa.
Yeah, if you can do it in 1 minute, that would be great.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ni Basa yo be mo yo. Ni mo tro pringa. Emma so buison ken ni so koko de be number 43. Eni da benke be bowu. Monke be bowu pola directe. They are calling and amu enye say the thing we aragaye on purinium. Aragaye on purinium. On tamu. They are care corny okay. They are care poking. They mea kemo. They are care corner jamu. They are care senyon you jamu. They do my we are giving a the blessings okay. One of the other be punwe. And you might do bo. Jones the idea. And you lap reckoning for party be meal. I blew a cat at them move. Or at them almost on prior some brabui. Kagege, I knew any kage. Was say a 40 stuff about a direct on. Was say a dubious suku to a bed. Money ma pretty way in the Toman suku. On you man Greek to man suku. Bank my good, bank my children really, they'll let up your guinea back might be really. Bank a winning sadio bo. Living young way, they move the play key, they play their same bear or the market ticket to the Gubio, the two are suku. What was to go by Kuano Sini? And would work and poke every man, then woman pig and poke because then yet a bromuka sedino. That can work with me. They are black, they are care, decision, they are one new way, or one milk be okay, I be okay, new one do be, I'm on a swapper. You be one suku at the wake quite get. Joseph Waka Mama blessing, or Mama Far blessing, or my minister, there's some mother or no one come now, some crying or some sit down. There are like rubbing when. The poor one in Jackana, like running like what a guardian wedding. Kamua, I'm one you get tone, I'm on your tone. Well, okay, what you want? Kamuka to Erisana Komi. Erisana Komi. The poor man to a Ghana, okay. Wakamuka so you come to West on Kamuka Gan, a Yuma, Shadim Bronskin.
Thank you.
Bronskin, you mark your gun. They do their minion there, they're soke, far pressing, they do their minion. Almost the ferment.
All right, Mama. Thank you so much.
I come second, please, just 3 more seconds.
Okay.
They have never be a phone, maybe I can't blow a change. They say you call them for I can no sense in your say will be there. Why are more of what are woody, what a place in Kwam, what senator, what representative Kwamuni, what I just saw a free, I did just saw a free, near get car, you are Bangwami, they get a damn one money cramp that car carrying the bar in Barbin, in Barb into the poor you the bar, they put it free, but can your kakuruka, can your kakuruka, my Edison coming. Be a track like a was some men to be. Be a get your map in me. In bad and move boo any day. This wolf no. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you so much. Let's go to the line here. Lasana Kroma, my own brother and friend from Minnesota. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Yeah, 1 minute maximum, please.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, so thank you for letting me in. I'm calling, to say something about the caller before the previous caller. I just want to set something straight. We are talking about Liberia. We are not talking about America. Gay is a sensitive issue in America, but not in Liberia. Evident by what? According to you right now, you said that records show that 95% of Liberia do not encourage gay. 95%.
Mm-hmm.
So this is cultural. This is something that has to do with people's culture. Gay tolerance in America was done by cultural invitation. It's part of their culture, but it's not part of our culture. So we got a right to take it or not to take it. So she can tell us to be mindful or be cautious of what we are saying. We are not talking about the United States. We are talking about Liberia. Okay. And moreover, the issue of his Is she saying that why is it being a long-term something? Why is it coming out right now? It is coming out right now because people taking it or state to measure someone. The police started it, telling people this person is like they, and they have no proof. So because we don't want that, because it's something that is against our culture, so we don't want it to be used as a yardstick to measure our election. So that's why it is an issue right now. So it's not something bad to talk about. We can like it, we can dislike it. That has nothing to do with anybody, and America can take down one against anybody. Why is it they want to Gambia? Gambia says it's against their culture. It's also against our culture because statistics show that only 5% are leaning towards it. I mean, 95% of Liberians don't want it. So it's an issue in our country. So we'll talk about it. So nobody can stop us from talking about it. So that's what I have to share. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Wow. This topic, another small topic. Call up 401 number, last 4 DJ 8962. I'm about to leave now, please.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, from Raleigh.
If you if not send your contribution to today, I'm coming to cut you off right now. I said today. I said today. I said the other day. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, really, and also the comments talking about police to cover up. That woman that can cover up, man. That woman, that kind of nonsense woman, to come up. You just tell me, but you want to tell like people. 17 people clean out that video. Like people, when we are in the power space, yes, for children become logo in like this. Now, yeah, right here. You say you said what time, yeah, right? So all our boys get in the way. Before you move enough for the next place, you want to walk for you in power, right? That's what I want to do. Then the thing is, the people say, Mr. Coming again. Mr. Coming again, now. That one minister question again, they work. That's Jawia. Jawia says, here you again. Millions of dollars just from making in Nigeria. All the wedding war. The thing is that somebody, anyway, you say he doesn't need to walk like a zombie. So that's going to drop his brother, destroy what you're in. When I see him in the poor walk, from jail, the money for Nigeria, nothing keep on yesterday. Now the orphan, gay people. So when you become president again, then before you get jobs, or whatever trade you live, they have to help you. You got to be good before you can get job. That's why they bring it. Is that what they will sit down there your push for? Anyway, that's my contribution there. I think.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you as always. So I think we'll take this question. Probably will be the last caller. Caller 973 number, last 4 digits 7703.
Number 4 already.
I come in black unless you tell me you say your contribution for calling 2 times. If you call 2 times, you gotta pay fine. But go ahead. Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
I'm a female Prince.
No problem.
I just wanted to point out at this summit in Mustafa, it says the Prime Minister D. Maxwell Kimaya was also present with some heads of civil society organizations from Liberia who were invited to this summit. Civil society heads of civil society saying, "Oh, this is cultural." What is civil society for going to? Did they know they were going to go sign on a gay right? Did they know this? So they're hypocrites, is what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you to a point that Liberian talk is just talk to put other people down. They have nothing to talk about Mr. Cummings, and this is why this issue is coming back up. Okay? When your foreign minister takes head of civil society, these are the people who guide the different indigenous groups and stuff like that. So how is it that they don't know where they were going and their names or their pictures are on the thing?
They know not only their name, but their pictures are there. We're going to put their picture on SKTV so you can see it. The whole delegation led by the foreign minister. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, folks, let me say this. Some of you, like I said, when we talk about, contribution, people contributed here and there, $20, one person send $50, and then $20, and then $10. So, and we appreciate it. I just want to make sure that I recognize your donation, your contribution to SKTV. And we also have this person always give us, always been supporting SKTV. They don't know what to call their name, but I'll call your name today. Eugenia. Eugenia, thank you for everything you do for SKTV, sharing the show, reaching out to us when we don't own, and spending your money as always. Nancy. And people can say I'm not calling their name, but sometimes I can be, like Gwen with always say if she support us, she say don't say anything. Say, I don't give money. I don't support SKTV because of people want to put here my name. Oh no, none of you can do that. The support you give to us is not for us to call your name or for us to recognize it, but you just support us because you value what we do, and you try to also, make us feel good that people are watching and they are actually, supporting what we do. They want to appreciate us. So sometimes I can just see some of these things just pass. Especially when majority of people have been saying, don't call my name, don't call my name, don't call my name, don't call my name. You see, somebody just sent $25 on the cash app, the person say no name. But sometimes I can't just help myself. I have to announce it and tell them thank you, because it takes a lot. We all live in America here. We know what it is for somebody to go in their account to take $10, $20, $50 every now and then, sending it to other people. We are doing it because you love what we do and you appreciate what we do. So for that, we have to also reciprocate the gratitude to tell you we are very grateful to you for what you do. We are very, very grateful. And the person didn't say I shouldn't call their name. The person's name is Rufus. He didn't say anything, but he sent money to Zelle, $50. And our brother Abraham always sends us money. He sent us $25 on there too. And then Frederick, $25. And the very first person, Crow, sent $30 on Zelle. I decided to call all of the money, and some of you name, not because I want to expose you people, just to appreciate you. Just to appreciate you. My brother Benjamin, the undercover Silesian, he just said $1 and laughing about it. But we appreciate it, my man. Trust me, every penny counts. $1 is not even 1 cent. And then he said, please call my name. Other people can say I shouldn't call their name, but because this guy here, I don't want to put the undercover Silesian name on him, and he took it. He's a friend and a brother. Always supports SKTV as well. So Ben, we appreciate the $1. We appreciate the $10, the $20, the $50 that all of you continue to support SKTV all the time. Every day we do show, people come here and say, this show is the best show. We do another show, you get the next day, they show that one was the best. We had a show the other day. Somebody told me, say this was the best show. We did another show again. Another person say this is the best show. Say every day is the best. We love that. It means that we are making progress. And me, my competition has always been with myself. I want to be better tomorrow than today. And you are making that possible. I want to say thank you. We have a lot of information. I've always said this. We have a lot of information, but we use them, we put them out at the appropriate time when it is needed. We have a lot of information. Trust me. We do. And we come on every day because of you. Because we want to make sure you are informed. You have the right information. You can make a decision based on information. We're not going to force you to take a decision that you don't want to take. But we'll provide you the information that will enable you to make your decision based on facts, but not fiction, not fabrication, not lies. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. We appreciate all of you. We will see you tomorrow. Let me play my favorite song again from Kemo Kante. This song. You know what? I forgot. Oh, somebody sent me a new song of CPP. I'm not sure if I can play it now or I can just play it tomorrow. Or I say I should play it today or I should play it tomorrow. Somebody sent me a CPP new song. How can I forget to play it? But because we didn't play song today from the start. We decided to play the audio. The other mic guy, he said, check Falikuye from Belgium there. They are picking there. May say he comes to support SKTV. They made contribution and stay coming, he can't reach. But then he's telling me not to play the song. Okay, just because of Shiana June say I'm gonna play it, I want to play. Not because of you, Faliku, because but you're not correct. Ima Pega say I'm gonna play it too. Those are my sister there. Those are the good people there. Because you just there, you know, ordering me to. Hold on. Let me see if I can play it. I got 3 hours. I don't want to waste my time anymore, man. Can I do this tomorrow? Let me see. Okay. Let me just do it here. So it will be easy to do it right there. And okay, let's do this right here. Uh-oh. I'm trying to play this song, my people. Yeah, I don't want to put myself in 18-year-old. I said I want to play, but oh, there's only one come on. I think I will play it tomorrow because the song. What is it? What does the song say? Let me see. I want to make sure I play the right song. Okay, now I found it. Hold on 1 second. I have to play. It's good though. Is it English? Is it Impala? Is it Madingo? Is it all kind of? Is it all different thing? Yeah. This one is called CPP. I don't know, some kind of CPP. Something. Okay, now I got it. Now I got the song, so nobody can say I
brother was in my college's biggest.
CPP CPP coming with fire. Corrupt and retire. Just see the way we do yellow bone. Papa go. Tengashoridia. This more thing Gashoridia. Tengashoridia. This more thing Gashoridia.
When Alice Cummings become president by the struggle fini, government officials will stop stealing our country money. Common people starving, daily leaders having party. We've been praying for better days, but things just getting nasty. CPP becoming politicians run for political whipping and funny. Retire was suffering, the hour is now. Alice Cummings spending the money. The citizens poor, but the country is rich. Responsible leader with 40 for change. Phase 1 and phase 2 take over the mansion and handle the key.
I say, I got that boy. Who got my name? Got the way, we celebrating Mary, making for the winning day.
And it's gonna come in
show your face. You tell me who can show that face. I say we're taking over, CPP taking power. And then the leader team, they still want to favor it. We got the union opposition getting confusing. Hey, CPP coming with fire. Corrupt and retire. Just see the way we do yellow bone. Papa go. Tengashoridia. This more thing Gashoridia. Tengashoridia. This more thing Gashoridia.
Yeah, we coming from CPP, we coming with fire. We helping the poor people, we can't get tired. You're eating our country money, you gotta retire. Local and Sanakume and your rock. Nobody can make it. A happy net, that's one thing happy net, what me? A happy net, that's one thing happy net, what me? CPP, we in the 15 country, yo. I miss some Cummings, the Pabaya for the masses.
Cummings about. Do it, just do it. You like it, I am petty. If you not like it, I am petty. Damn food, y'all up in it. The Babylon talk about boom, no small jack and boss it. We can beat it, then we summer star. Anything about it, do you know that star? Can't tell me, CPP ready. Tell me, Baby, you ready? Do his bad, I know you ready. I'm not smoking on you. CPP bestie, I know you're ready. We whipping it, CPP whipping it.
CPP coming with fire. Corrupt and retire. Just see the way we do yellow bone. Papa go. Tengashoridia. This more thing Gashoridia. Tengashoridia. This more thing Gashoridia. We coming with fire to make them retire. We tell them today we coming get good fire. I say that it's time now. We are ready. That it's time now. We are ready. CPP made them off and on. Mr. Kumi made them off and on. I think that you can't see the walking, saka. See the walking, saka. See the walking, saka. He made them confused. He made them confused. Yeah, Mr. Kumi made them confused. Yeah, Charlie Broski feeling made them confused. Yeah.
Yeah. Aí Siaraka, aí Siaraka, era sana kumbi zinaka. Aí Siaraka, aí Siaraka, CPP yenaka. Aí Siaraka, aí Siaraka, era sana kumbi zinaka. Awa puna bo, chero mu ai daraka. Gea mi moka, awe na kabe boika. Aí bara la bo, chobo wa puna bo. Political opojo udo. Monana lule call the people on a farm road. Sensitivity rural. Kini the development you can't do for the people. Police come make it simple. You come to go for the people. The man that I live by my piggy. Just watch the show.
Tengashoridia. This more thing Tengashoridia. This more thing CPP coming with fire. Corrupt and retire. Just see the way we do yellow bone. Papa go.
Anyway, we'll end this one tomorrow. At least you hear the song. They say CPP coming with fire. You can say impeller. The other guy can say in Maringo, say you're open the road, CPP not come. He said, all the political hustle and he said he called it the political opportunity. Don't me say, oh, the message political opportunity, all of them can run away because commies can be fire. I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but the song is very cool. When you play on a big speaker, this morning when I was playing it in my car, I was enjoying it. I know someone can cost me again for saying that, but I enjoying it. You know my own part when you cost me, I will not cost you. I will say the thing that you don't let to hear. Yeah, so I will not cost you back, but I will say the truth. And you are not allowed to hear the truth. Some of you, when I hear the truth, it's like when Satan finishes, when Satan hear gospel or Quran, the way Satan can be mad. But again, folks, I want to say thank you to all of you. I love you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day.